All right. Hey, how are you tonight? This is Tad Krutka. I'm with the Serendipity Project. Tonight's video, I'm going to be talking about the 12 universal laws and how they apply to your life and manifesting all the things that you're trying to manifest in your life. And I want to be honest with you, I just came across a lot of these laws only recently. It really is interesting that, a lot of people focus on the law of attraction. It's the most, I would say, famous law out there, but it's definitely not the only law, and that the law of attraction is actually based on some of the other universal laws. So when you don't know them and you don't know how to practice them within your life, it becomes a guessing game, if you will, when it comes to manifesting your life. So with that being said, we're going to jump into the 12 universal laws. You see I have them all listed out here on Workflowy, and we'll go one by one and we'll talk about each one. So the first one here we have is the law of divine oneness. All right, so what is it? So this means that everything seen and unseen is connected to each other, and it creates a field for divine oneness. So how can we use that to manifest our own life desires? So knowing that everything is connected, you learn that you have a divine connection to the source of everything. And that source is here to help you and everyone else. So we're all connected. We're one with nature, the world, animals, the earth, everything. Everything is connected via this energy field, and it's how we all are able to manifest things into life. So there is no lack in the universe. There is only abundance and love. The way for you to invite abundance and love into your life is to believe with your heart that you deserve this abundance and love. So you got to really this is an almost mind-boggling one if you're brand new to enlightenment and awakening. If you've been enlightened before, or you've gone through awakening, you probably already have a lot of experience with this divine oneness and feeling connected. If you're brand new to this, it's going to seem like a very odd feeling, and your ego is going to play a huge role in fighting you on this law, because your ego is going to want to kind of keep you separate. In a lot of ways, ego cuts us off from divine oneness and connected to source and all that sort of thing. So it's really important that you start to check your ego and realize that your ego is just really just a series of ideas and beliefs that you have that you identify with, and most of those beliefs and ideas aren't necessarily true. So something to think about as you go through life here. So the second law is called the law of vibration. So what is it? This law states that everything in the universe is in motion and is vibrating in a circular direction. Each thing in the universe vibrates at its own frequency. Interesting, right? So how can we use this law to manifest our life's desires? This is the law which the law of attraction is based on. Okay, so the secret delved really deep into the law of attraction and how that law works. But without the law of vibration, the law of attraction couldn't even exist. So this law allows the law of attraction to work by allowing like frequencies to attract. Since everything in the universe is vibrating, it means that in order to attract your desire, you only need to raise your frequency to that of which you are trying to attract. While there are other factors in all of that, the way to raise your frequency is to basically identify with the thing that you're trying to attract. So if, say, you're trying to attract more money, you need to basically align your thoughts and your beliefs and feelings along the same lines as the money you're trying to attract. So you need to think and feel like you've already attracted the money. You need to feel it like it's already there, like you already possess it. And through that process, you'll actually raise your frequency to the level that you're trying to reach. So very interesting stuff. All right, the third law is the law of action. So what is the law of action? This law states that in order for things to manifest into your life, it will take action to create them. So while your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs have energy, it takes physical action to create manifestations within your life. So how can we use this to manifest our life's desires? So the law is the extension, really, of the law of attraction that The Secret was really missing. So The Secret delved really deep into the law of attraction and how we can use our imaginations to change our beliefs to attract the things we want. The problem was that a lot of the things that people were aiming for took some inspired action. And without inspired action, you can't think your way to creating some of these things. So while it's powerful to align your thoughts and feelings with what you desire, it many times is not enough. So only with deliberate, inspired action, and inspired action is the key. So that's aligned with your thoughts and feelings on what you're trying to attract. Can you begin to truly manifest your desires? So it's that alignment, and that's going to be the theme with most of these laws, is that we need to align ourselves, and ourselves being our thoughts, our feelings, our beliefs, and our actions, all in one really flow to create the what we're trying to attract. So the fourth law is the law of correspondence. So what's the law of correspondence? Essentially, it's basically, in essence, says, as it is above, so it is below. So meaning, in really no uncertain terms, that our outer reality, the reality that we experience every day, is a direct reflection of our inner reality. So what's going on the inside reflects outward, and that is what we experience on the outside. This can be kind of mind-blowing if you're, again, new to this sort of thing, and when you realize that your circumstances aren't actually created by an outward force, they're actually in a lot of cases created by you and your internal way of being. So how can we use this to manifest our life's desires? So again, it's change comes from the inside out. You need to change what's going on inside of you to change your outward life and circumstances. This is a powerful concept to ascertain when you first begin this spiritual journey, because this law wakes you up to the fact that your life circumstances were not created by an outside force, but again, were in all reality created by you. Again, it can be mind-blowing at first, because many people tend to blame everyone else and everything else for their problems, and really, in essence, that's just not true. Most of people's problems are caused by the people themselves. So as you become awakened in line with these laws, you'll start to realize that in your own life if you don't already. So the fifth law is the law of cause and effect. So what is it? The law of cause and effect, in very direct terms, means that for every cause there is an equal and opposite effect. So I think Newton dealt with a lot of these types of things, the law of motion and all that sort of thing. So this applies to the universe as a whole, in the idea of thoughts and beliefs creating causes which are causes which create effects. So how can we use it to manifest our life's desires? All our thoughts, feelings, and actions are causes that create effects in the world. And many times these thoughts, feelings, and actions can create manifestations of themselves in the physical world, and can be good or bad to ourselves or others around us. This law also allows us the insight to see that we as human beings have been granted the power to create, which is similar to God's power to create. Everything you do has an effect all the time, no matter what. So, there's a consequence for every action. There's a consequence for every thought, for every belief, for everything, every feeling. Everything has some sort of consequence to it, positive or negative. So when you realize that, then you can start to gear your thoughts and feelings and beliefs and actions towards the positive to create a more positive outcome for you in your life. All right, so number 6, the law of compensation. This is where it gets good, right? So what is it? The law of compensation says that we reap what we sow, meaning that we get back what we put out. So let's jump into how we can use it to manifest our life's desires. So what this law boils down to is if we want goodness in our lives, we must give goodness first. You see, this is the power of your will to give to others with good intentions. Now, note the good intentions, right? We can't give with only the expectation that we will get it in return. We have to give with the good intention, with the good feeling. If we give only to get, we won't get at all. So again, if you give the idea solely focused on what you will receive, you will miss the point and you won't receive what you expect. You must give wholeheartedly and sincerely and receive graciously. Give to people what you wish to receive, and you will receive it back to you, not only in money, but in kindness and in generosity. So if you practice giving to people all the time, you will always live in abundance. And I want to make a quick note here that living in abundance isn't just about living with more money or more stuff. It's living in abundance is living a fulfilled life that's full of good relationships, that's filled with good experiences, and it's not really about money or stuff. Money and stuff is nice, but it's not what's going to have you feel fulfilled. And it's not going to give you the experience of fulfillment, which is really the ultimate goal if you boil it down. So, number 7, the law of attraction. All right, so what is it? I'm sure most of you are familiar with this, but we'll cover off on it anyway. The law of attraction states that like attracts like, meaning things of like frequencies, again, going back to the law of vibration, will be attracted to each other. Okay? So how can we use it to manifest our life's desires? If we use our imagination to cause ourselves to not only think we've achieved our heart's desire, but actually feel the emotion of having achieved our heart's desire, we will raise our frequency to the level of the thing we wish to attract. Alright, so in using this technique along with the law of action, we can align our inspired thoughts and feelings with inspired actions and begin to create a genuine magic in our lives, which will lead to you getting all the things your heart wishes for. Okay, I hope that makes sense to you. But if you combine these laws and start to use them together, you will create what feels like magic in your life. Not only are you going to feel abundance, fulfillment, and joy, but you're going to receive in ways that you couldn't even imagine. Not only in money and stuff, but in the quality of your relationships and the overall quality of your experience and ultimately your life. So that's the goal, really, right? It's not just about stuff. And I know I keep saying that, but I think people get hung up on the money aspect or the what they could do with the money. It has so little to do with the money and so much more to do with the experience of life and feeling fulfilled. All right, so the law of transmutation of energy. What is it? So the law of transmutation of energy simply states that energy is constantly flowing from the formless realm and manifesting into the physical realm. And also energy is always moving, okay? So how can we use it to manifest our life's desires? Our thoughts and feelings are forms of energy that are flowing from the universal consciousness, right? So that's source. It's God, if you will, the universe, to our minds as thoughts and feelings, and then actions, and then finally into things. Through this process, we can literally use our thoughts and feelings to create and manifest things that we desire into existence, right? So this is the flow of energy. That's why the alignment is so important, because if you are aligned in your thought, your feeling, your beliefs, and your actions, you allow that energy to flow from source right through you and into the physical reality. So again, creating that alignment will be so critical to you being able to manifest really great things into your life. So Number 9, the law of relativity. So you guys probably know this is Einstein's law, right? So this law in its very essence states that all laws must be in harmony with each other, right? So all these laws are connected and they work together to really to define the universe. So the law speaks to the relational aspect of our lives and all other things. So it is true that everything in this reality is only as real as it can be compared to other things within the same physical plane. So this is really interesting. So you can only ever look at your life as through your perspective, right? And your perspective really defines the relational aspects of certain things. So we'll jump into the next section. So how can we use it to manifest our life's desires? So to truly understand how to use this law, you must know that things are only ever as good or as bad as we perceive them to be, meaning that our perception of reality is the only thing that really creates the meaning of reality, which means that you have direct control over how you see the world and provide meaning to the circumstances that surround you. So if your predominant thought pattern is negative, then you will view the world negatively no matter what is actually happening. The same is true if your thought pattern is predominantly positive. So this is a really powerful realization, is that your life, the way you perceive your life, is what determines whether your life to you is good or bad, or pleasant or unpleasant, or abundant or lack. All of it is your perception of life and how you relate your current circumstances with your beliefs and everything that's inside of you. So it's really, again, the ball is in your court, right? So if you can feel good even only having $10 in your pocket, then you may be the richest man on earth or woman on earth if you think about it from that way. So the way you perceive the world, the way you perceive the circumstances that are happening around you is a lot of times, how, relationally speaking, how you can determine if they're good or bad to you. You make that choice, not the world, not the universe. All right, the 10th law, the law of polarity. So what is it? The law of polarity states that everything has two aspects, or two opposing sides, yin and yang, positive and negative, hot and cold, good or bad. So how can we use this to manifest our life's desires? These opposing aspects or opposites are two sides of the same coin, meaning that they are connected and you can't have one without the potential of the other. So when these polarities are running opposite of each other within us, it limits our ability to be able to manifest the things that we desire. Meaning, if our intentions are that of abundance, but our core limiting beliefs are that of lack, then we will not make any progress. The key is alignment from the thought, the feeling, to the belief, through to the action. Within alignment is where the true power of manifestation lies, which is what we've been saying through this entire video. So, the name of the game is to know and understand all of the 12 universal laws and to use them to create alignment within ourselves, so that way we can reflect to the outer world exactly the things we want to manifest. Number 11, the law of rhythm. So what is it? The law of rhythm states that everything has its season, or has its rise and fall, like the tide. There's a natural rhythm of life that is repeated day in and day out. The sun rises in the morning, it sets in the evening, and we sleep at night. It's the natural flow, the natural rhythm of life. So how can we use it to manifest our life's desires? Knowing the season to sow and the season to reap is how we use this law. If you're a farmer and you try to plant crops in the winter, what do you think is going to happen? You will reap rewards. You will reap rewards of a well-planted crop. As a farmer, you understand that you must sow in the spring and you must reap in the fall. This is true for all the things that you want to manifest into your life. There's a time to sow and there is a time to reap. You need to know when is which, and utilize those times for the right actions. And the final law, the 12th law, if you will, the law of gender. So what is it? The law of gender states that everything has a masculine and feminine side to it. So how can we use it to manifest our life's desires? The key is balance between masculine and feminine sides. Both aspects have traits that work well together if they are balanced, but if they go out of balance, it will result in disorder and chaos. Aligning with both your masculine and feminine energy will help you to achieve greater manifestation results within your life. So again, creating alignment of both aspects of the law of gender. So these are the 12 universal laws. These laws are laws that you must master if you want to manifest great things into your life. What's funny about these things is that not a lot of people talk about the universal laws. There isn't a lot of information about the universal laws, but they are so critical to your success. It is truly amazing. So if you enjoyed this video and got some value out of it, please subscribe below, hit the bell below, hit the thumbs up if you liked it, right? And I want you guys to keep coming back. Also, I have a book coming out on July 20th called The Game of Serendipity, and it's got to do with the 12 universal laws. It's going to be a great read. It's going to go into much more depth about what these laws are and how we can use them to manifest the things that we want in our lives. Also below, I'm going to put a link below in the description on the video to my current book, My True Serendipity. It came out in 2016. It has a lot of good information about how to achieve success and how to manifest things into your life. So go check that out. Thank you for watching the video, and we'll see you in the next video.